Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into prompt G of the hashtag ABC April 2025 challenge, and you already know what that means, grunge galore. We're talking gesso, stencils, spackling, spackle, ink splatters, matte textures, all that messy magic I love. I'm sure you do too. So if you're into layering, bold backgrounds, and embracing imperfection, this one's for you. Let's get started. Here are some of the supplies that you will need. I'm using mixed media weight cardstock backling that I got at the dollar store. They're gesso, and these are oldie but goodie color shine, and of course a couple of distress stains. And this right here will be a um, digital that I'll have for free on my Ko-fi site. And you'll need some stencils of your choice with some scrapping geography paper. And let's get to it. And here is also a really cool little tip to keep in mind. This will give your page a disheveled, truly grungy, torn, antique, vintagey effect. Just pick up some of the corners, lift it, and kind of bend it and dishevel it a little bit. And you can also use this paper. I forget the exact name of this. This is so ancient from our buddy Tim Holtz, but it does rough up your paper a little bit, and it truly is a fun gadget. If you don't, like I said, you can. I'm giving you a couple of options. Use your fingernails. You can use a tool. You can also use your scissors, but I always say be careful with that because you could cut yourself. But it is truly a fun little tip to keep in mind. I also find it super helpful when I'm going to use stamps on a grunge mixed media type surface to use an archival ink pad that's waterproof. That's super helpful to keep in mind as well. Also, if you're a beginner, it's always important to invest in a heating tool. And before I use the distress stains, I will distress the edges just a little bit. Before you apply the sprays to your actual uh, canvas or cardstock, you want to consider testing it just a little bit. And it's just a rule of thought to keep in mind, and I like to do that. So now I'm applying the spackle that I bought at the dollar store, and I will speed this up just a little bit because it's pretty self-explanatory. It's always important to also dry your spackle or paste. I like to also here, before I start spraying the different inks onto the spackle, is I like to spray a little bit on the side just to make sure that it doesn't completely just either explode on my canvas or on my piece, or that I get the amount of color that I'm looking for. So you'll see here, and again, I'm going to speed this up a little bit to some music so that you can see my thinking, and I do, go back to my little container that holds all these sprays, and I grab a few more colors because I feel that it needs some touch. So please enjoy. Here I'm showing you some of the embellishments that I'll be adding to this grunge page. And what I'm using to adhere will be some glue, which is another prompt for hashtag ABC April 2025. And also afterwards, I will show you how I put it all together and then glue it onto the page. But then at the end, I want to show you another little tip that I will add to the page, which will enhance the final piece, if you will, a little bit more. Here I will be adding a little bit more 3-in-1 glue to secure that little ephemera travel circle onto the page, and then I will be gluing it to the actual journal page itself. Do you remember this medium from way back in the day? Metallic rub-ons, and I think the name of the company is Craft Tea Products. I still have some of this in my stash, believe it or not, and I'd love to add this from time to time around the edges of my tags or my artwork just to give it a little bit of pop. The other thing that I also did before I applied this metallic rub-on is I did use some matte medium over the entire page just with my fingers to seal everything. But I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'd love to hear in the comments what's your grungy supply to play with. And let me know if you're enjoying the ABC April hashtag, excuse me, hashtag ABC April 2025. Until then, stay inspired, and I'll see you in prompt H. Musefully yours. Bye for now, friends.